What is up, guys? Welcome back to the third video of my E3 press conference response video series. This time we're taking a look at Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, depending on how you say it. I say Ubisoft. Now, let's get straight right into it. Yes, great English. Now, for this press conference, I did not write very good notes at all. I kind of wrote the games that were coming out, and I wrote a few release dates when they were shown, and then I have a thing to say at the end about the whole thing. Let's get right into it. So, the very first game they showed was a game, or is a game, I am really looking forward to. One of my favorite franchises of all time, and that is Rayman. Rayman Origins goes back to the roots, PS1 era, 2D side-scrolling, balls to the walls difficulty, crazy, funny instances the Rayman series is known for, and I love that they're getting, I almost said hate, I love that they're getting away from the whole Rabbids thing. The Rabbids are just annoying in my opinion. The first game, good. The second game, I didn't play. Third game, I didn't play. So you can see, and hence the rest of the games I didn't play in the Rabbids series. When you take Rayman out of the Rayman series, it's not Rayman. That is why they've taken, I almost said tooken, that's why they've taken Rayman's name out of the Rabbids series and made it their own. That's okay. But when it was called Rayman Raving Rabbids 7 or whatever, I don't know. That's an exaggeration, but when it was called that, and Rayman wasn't in it, that's not a Rayman game. Rayman has to be in the game for it to be a Rayman game, in my opinion. But anyway, Rayman Origins looks very good. The Ansel guy, the creator, I believe that's his last name, he said that there was a 4-player co-op mode. I'm not sure how that would work out. Maybe you'd play as a Tinsy or something. I'm not exactly sure, because I know if there's 2-player like they showed, you play as Rayman and Glowbox, but I'm not exactly sure how a 4-player co-op would work. It'd probably be something similar to, like, what is it? My mind went blank. Mario Bros. For the Wii or whatever. But yeah, this game looks really good just from the gameplay video that they had. I'm super pumped for it. And then another game that was surprisingly good for a racing game was Driver. Now, I have heard of the Driver series. I've never played a single Driver game, but this, along with Need for Speed: The Run, those two games might actually get me back into the racing franchise, because I used to play a lot of Gran Turismo and Burnout, but now I don't really play, and the occasional Need for Speed at my friend's house, because I didn't have Need for Speed, but I didn't have Gran Turismo granted either. I only had Burnout. But that aside, those two games actually look very good, and I am actually very excited to play them, because the Driver San Francisco game, it's just a race from one side of the country to the other, and you're racing against your friends, which is... wait, is that the Driver game, or was that... I don't remember. No, that might have been Need for Speed. This issue with not writing down information. But anyway, the Driver game actually looked very good. I'll have a video playing, as always. And the one game... This game is probably my, I'd say, third or fourth most excited for game, and it is my favorite gameplay or trailer that was shown all day, and that game is Far Cry 3. That game, when I started watching it, I had no idea what it was, and I didn't know what it was throughout the whole thing until they said, this is Far Cry, because he just came out and said, we got a game to show you, but let's go, here we go, let's play it. And I'm like, I'm sitting in the dark. I'm just sitting there, just rattling games in my head, trying to figure it out. I couldn't make a connection, so I said, screw it, let's just watch and see what we got. So I leaned back, watched it. It was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes long, maybe. I don't exactly remember how long it was, but I was sitting there and I was watching it. I'm like, this is really good. And it's going for a creepy vibe this time. I'm not familiar with Far Cry 1, but I know Far Cry 2 was less creepy. It was more like actiony, I guess you could say. But this game was legitimately creepy because you're on an island with psychopaths and they're just killing everyone because I guess you crash or something and your girlfriend dies, and I don't know the whole backstory to it, but it legitimately looks scary, and it's not dark outside at all. You're just bright day, and it's pretty freaky. It's a pretty freaky game, and hopefully this video that is playing will show you that it actually is. It's just a video or a picture. I'm just gonna, every time I say video, don't assume it's gonna be a video because I don't know at the time of this recording, because I'm just recording the audio. So don't assume it's always gonna be a video. I'm just gonna say video for my sake. The next game they showed, it was Brothers in Arms Furious 4. Now again, this is another series I've never actually played, but this game looked really corny. It had a similar style to like, or at least it looked like it had a similar style to Team Fortress, just in how it was only a CGI trailer, but just in how Valve makes the CGI trailers for that game. These 4 dudes just came in and started killing a bunch of Nazis, just and at the very end, this one big brute guy blew like 4 or 5 of the Nazis away with his giant chain gun or whatever it was, and the bullet holes got shot through a bathroom door, and the bathroom door creaked open. There's a Nazi guy sitting there, like an officer, and he's shaking. He lowers the paper down. He says, "Oh, Scheiße," and the trailer ends. And I just think that's really cool, really funny. Different for the Brothers in Arms series, I know, because I know that franchise is a very serious one, and I like that they're trying something different, which is very interesting. And then after that, they had The Adventures of Titan. The Adventures of Titan. Apparently it's a book. I didn't know, in a movie too. So I don't really know much about that. I'm just going to flip up a picture for sure of that because I have no idea really what that is. I just was there and I was very confused about it. And then again, here we have Ghost Recon Future Soldier, which I still think looks very, very cool with the Kinect, which you can go click the link at the end of this video to go hear my thoughts about that in that video. But they basically showed the same thing. Nothing new except for one thing where they announced Ghost Recon Online, which is a free PC. I guess it was like an MMO. I guess it's an MMO shooter thing that connects directly to Future Soldier or something along those lines. But see, that's an MMO I can get into because it's free. Going back to that whole Star Wars: The Old Republic thing from the last video. So that's that. And then they announced Trackmania 2. I didn't even know there's a Trackmania. Well, I've heard of Trackmania. I just didn't even know it was still around. But it's called Trackmania 2 Canyon, and it's going to be out this September on the PC. Now, I don't really have an opinion on it because I really have not heard of it. And then the whole Rayman thing. They have a new Raving Rabbids coming out called Alive and Kicking. Comes out November 8th. It is a Kinect-based Rabbids game. I didn't know they had not done one of these before, but I probably should have guessed that they were going to if they already had not. It actually looked pretty cool. The problem is I don't have a Kinect, so that does me a whole lot of good. And another game that came out that just makes me want to punch myself in the face. Another Just Dance. Just Dance 3 is coming out. But this time it's on all platforms, Wii, PS3, and 360. Move and Kinect respectively. But it's just I don't really care for Just Dance. Now again, I haven't tried it, so I can't really say too much. I can't be too like opinionated on something I haven't tried. But I'm just not a big dance person, and pop music isn't really my favorite. I mean, I'll listen to it, but and I wouldn't want to get up and dance to it. Now, if I was a party, maybe, but on my own, not really. And that's also a game that you don't really play. My dogs are barking. That's also another game you don't really play on your own per se. I mean, Rock Band, yeah, I play Rock Band on my own. I would just rock out and play drums, because you don't. Whenever I get together with my friends and we play Rock Band, we're serious. But when I play Rock Band on my own, I'm a crazy maniac. I just sit there and just I headbang, and I do all kinds of stuff that. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic. I do all kinds of crazy stuff that normal people just wouldn't do alone. And on the whole idea of music games, they released or announced a new game called Rocksmith. What that is it's sounds similar to what was it called? The 6-string game where you plug your guitar into the system and just play away. Except it sounds like this one has, you can take any guitar and plug it into an amp that plugs into the system, so you play out loud and into the game at the same time. So you can, if you have multiple guitars, you can just plug in your own guitar and just play away. It had the guitarist from Jane's Addiction. It had him talking about it. It had, oh crap, what's his? I don't remember his name, but the editor. I have PlayStation Magazine. The editor-in-chief from PlayStation Magazine. Rolling Stones guy was there. Guitar World guy was there. They had a few people there interviewing, and they all unanimously said that it was a pretty good experience. I mean, because it's not so much a game as it is a learning tool. That's probably what I would call this, as a learning tool. Now I'm just waiting for like Drumsmith or something. I don't know, the sequel. And they announced another Your Shape Fitness game, Evolution, or Your Shape Fitness Evolved 2012. Again, a Kinect game that I just can't play because I don't have Kinect. And this whole fitness thing, it goes back to me just always believing that the Wii is good at what it does. So the Wii, by nature, is a very good fitness tool. So that's what I use if I want to work out. I wouldn't want to, well, besides going outside and stuff. Outside is outside, though, like swimming and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, the Wii, you get workout no matter what game you play. I mean, Twilight Princess, you swing your arm, you waggle the Wiimote in Wario Land Shake It, Mario even. I mean, God, everything the system offers, you waggle somehow, so you get exercise that way. But yeah, Kinect games, maybe I'll try them someday when I do get a Kinect, because God knows you can find cheap Kinect games on the internet. It's a stupid thing that costs so much. But the one thing that I feel was a saving grace for the whole thing, except for Far Cry 3, and I'd probably give Rayman, just because I'm a big Rayman fanboy. Besides those two other things that was a saving grace for the whole event, was Assassin's Creed Revelations. They had gameplay, the graphics. Oh my God, the graphics are very, very, very nice. Yeah, they are. I wouldn't say on par with Uncharted 2, but very, very nice, and Uncharted 3, because I've seen that by now. They had things like bombs, which play a large part in the video they had at the event. They didn't emphasize that too much, but bombs play a large part into the game. You had a hook, like where your hidden blade comes out. A hook, like a blade will come out, but there's a hook on the end, so you can, like, if you're trying to slide down like a rope or something, you can just latch onto there and slide down, or he can use that to pull himself up, like, harder, I guess, with up a wall, or different ways of using it. And then they had a flamethrower in there, which kind of seemed a little out of place. I don't think they had flamethrowers back during Renaissance time, I'm sorry to say. Even though this, a little bit after the Renaissance, it's like the rise of the Ottoman Empire is when it takes place, but I'm pretty sure they didn't, and if they did, it was probably China, because China was crazy during this time. They were the ones that showed us how to use bombs and make bombs and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, the demo gameplay was really cool, and my dogs are barking again. Hope you can't hear that. But the flamethrower was a little odd, but the game overall looks really good. And it goes back to that thing, I have to play certain games. I just have a huge backlog of games. I'll need to make a video someday to show you guys how many games I have in the backlog where I just have to play. Because I still have to play Assassin's Creed 2. That's how far back in Assassin's games I am. But the good thing is this game doesn't come out till November, so I have a bit of time this summer to play through and beat Assassin's Creed games, and maybe make some videos in the process. I don't know. But yeah, the one thing overall I want to say about this conference is that the guy they had hosting, Mr. Caffeine, I don't know who he is, but I don't like him. He is very annoying. I just wanted to reach through the monitor and punch him in the mouth a couple times because he just got really annoying. He referenced not the motion plus, but the move controller I'm holding right here as the dick. He's like, "Oh, I'm not afraid to make a dick joke." Well, yeah, but it's not very nice to say when you have Sony execs sitting right there who he actually pointed out in the beginning, which is kind of weird to me. But anyway, the Ubisoft event was a little lackluster. Like I said, I will give my ratings on all the press events in a final thoughts video that I may do with a friend or two. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Up next is the Sony event video, which will hopefully be up on all the same day. I just have a lot of editing to do combined with tonight and tomorrow morning / afternoon before I upload these videos. So, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching. This is I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. This has been Hell Japan, bringing you the Ubisoft press conference response video for E3 2011. I'll see you guys later.